Episode 15 of the Utility Players Podcast. Welcome to the episode, boys.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo.
Yo.
Damn
So
it.
last week,
Thing. That's crazy.
15.
15?
Vince Carter.
I know.
So last week we shouted out teachers, and Ben did a great job with that. I got a little criticism from my sister, who's with down here in South Florida with my nephew, my mom, that Nurses Week was last week. It ends tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day. So shout out to the nurses, the essential workers out there. We got to show them love as well.
Shout out to the nurses.
Yeah, shout out to the nurses. Super important.
I actually have an aunt who's a nurse in New York. So
So are they.
I know a few nurses, and I actually know a nurse as well.
Yeah, I need all the nurses.
Gaylord Fokker was a nurse.
Gaylord Fokker.
You said that funny. I need all the nurses. Like you're on a dating app looking for only nurses.
Yeah. Only nurses.
I need all of them.
Yeah.
Only nurses. You're onto something.
I think you're onto something too, actually. I think you need to start trademarking this right now on your phone. Submit the
start
app.
coding.
I mean, they got dating apps for everything, right? Like they have for like African Americans, for Christians, farmers only.
Yeah.
Fucking Iowa.
That was the first thing Gravy signed up for when he moved to Iowa. FarmersOnly.com.
You guys need to come to Des Moines and then see how it is not what you think of.
Yeah, probably
in
not.
terms of Iowa. Then if you drive like an hour north, then you'll be like, okay, this is where Farmers Only lives.
Those commercials crack me up, man.
Yeah. They come out of nowhere too. Like, I was just expecting like
it'll be like 2 a.m. and you see like tractors and shit. I'm like, oh, there it is, Farmers Only.
First off, what kind of lady?
LeBron James.
I guess whoever's farmers don't seem to be the type of people that are staying up till 2 a.m.
Right?
Yeah, right. They gotta wake up crack of dawn.
I don't understand.
Probably
That's when they
true.
should do like what should they do at 2 a.m?
Probably get a pedicure.
Daddies. Sugar daddies.
Graveyard workers only. I don't know.
Dude, I just saw one of those corn mill places for the first time in my life, like a few months ago. And then people told me that people get trapped in there and die.
In the corn. Like
I've heard of that. Yes.
The corn.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, all the time.
All the time, right? Like
maybe I exaggerated.
Wait a minute.
Ray's looking up the stats, and it's like there's been one corn mill.
Elliot, I'll get Elliot on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they fall into that shit, and as soon as they fall in, it's like quicksand. Boop, they're done.
Yep.
So is that actually one when you're turning onto that highway when you're going to Marshalltown?
That one?
Yeah.
Those big three?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are
okay. Every time I pass those, so like all 4 times I've passed those.
Yeah.
I think that there's people in there. That's all I think about as I'm driving by.
That's what I would think every single time as well.
I just ate some corn too.
He's banging on the side, being like, "Hey,
yeah,
you in there?
Anybody
Tom
need
is
help
in there,
in there?
just banging.
There's probably dead bodies in there, bones.
Wait for a fucking tornado to rip that shit into pieces so he can get out.
Right. Yeah.
So would it be right if we didn't start this podcast, this episode off with Russell Westbrook setting the NBA triple-double record? Obviously, it's something that's been talked about for a week or two now. Obviously, he's been on a great stretch of games, and he just broke Oscar Robinson's record of 182. It was previously 181. So let's jump into that a little bit with, there's been a lot of ranking. We're going to probably jump into the top 5 point guards for each of us right away off the bat. What's your thoughts of Russell Westbrook? Is he underappreciated or appreciated, or do you think he's one of the all-time greats? Anyone?
I think he's an all-time great.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's an all-time great. Definitely one of a kind player that I've never really seen before besides maybe LeBron James, but pound for pound, I would say he's one of the greatest people that have graced us on the basketball court. And I mean, he plays the game the right way, how you would want someone on your team to play. I mean, he's not my background.
I think he's for sure one of the all-time greats. One of my favorite players, the way he plays. But why? I think we can all agree. I think he's probably underappreciated. Why do you think that? Why do you think that is? What is it about Russell that he continues to be underappreciated
He marches to the beat of his own drum, and he doesn't care what people think.
I think
And I
the
respect
media,
him for
yeah,
that.
of course.
Yeah, the media.
He's not a
plays into
media
it.
darling. He's not somebody that the media just like looks at and goes, "Ooh, I could get a great soundbite. I could work a relationship." He doesn't seem like a dick. He seems all about business, but he doesn't have that relationship with the media. So I think that's a part of it, because his narrative. You're right, Ben. His narrative is never appreciated or shown in the media. It's always stats and what can he do more? What does he lack? So,
but that's Russell Wilson. That's Russell Wilson when he steps into the arena. No one really talks about
Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. Sorry,
I was waiting to see who did that
getting
first.
his Russells mixed up.
No,
I thought he was actually
going to
go. I thought he was going to pivot football world,
Me too.
and then he said
Yeah.
arena, and I was like, wait a minute.
Pivoting right back. I traveled.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook. Sorry. No one talks about him outside of the arena. So, I mean, listen, shout out to Mike. Me and Mike, I always like to call us, we were the first Westbrook fans. And I'll admit there was a time in the recent probably 3 or 4 years where I was kind of looking at Russell and being like, dude, not much is changing. You're going to all these teams. You guys aren't really getting anywhere. You haven't improved in the playoffs, maybe because of the teams he had. Who knows? But I'm not going to let that take away from the fact that the dude's just getting triple-double after triple-double. Like, that's not easy. And he's made it look so easy over these past 4 or 5 years, especially, to where people just aren't as impressed for some reason with it now, because he's in a way made it seem normal to do.
I feel like that's part of the narrative as well, because he makes it look so easy that we don't appreciate the triple-double anymore, because, I mean, he does it night in and night out. And I feel like just the energy he brings to the court and the way he plays the game is also misconstrued, and that's why we don't appreciate him as people should. I mean, just casuals that watch a game here or there, they're just like, oh, he's a hothead, or he's not a good teammate, because the way he plays, he expects that from everyone else, which there's nothing wrong with that. Just because you're out there doing as much as you should expect that from your teammates, who are probably not giving it their all. So, I mean, his energy is at 110%. So I feel like that's why that the media has created that narrative for him, because he wants better for everyone else. It's just who he is as a person.
I'll be honest, before I heard...
Go ahead, Ray.
I was just going to throw a stat and then you could go. Before I heard this stat, I didn't think it would be close to this, but he is 136 and 45 when his team when recording a triple double, which is 75%.
Yeah.
And I thought that was alarming. So go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something at you guys that I was thinking about, and I think maybe this could be part of it. I don't.
Like how your eyes are wandering.
Yeah, that's how I do, and I think I have to
for effect.
I'm searching up there. I think maybe he's undervalued or underappreciated by not only a lot of teams, but a lot of other players in the league. I think we can agree that he's not a great shooter, never has been, still is not.
Yep.
And I still think maybe there's this thought process somewhere in the league that he shoots a little bit too much still for somebody who's not a great shooter. I know he still gets all the assists, rebounds, or anything like that, but he also plays like he shoots like he can shoot like Steph Curry or Dame, and he can. And so sometimes I'm like, what if he shot a little bit less and did more distributing, pure point guard work? I know that's different from his game. It would make his numbers on that side of thing just astronomical. But maybe that's a theory I was thinking about, because I can't figure out why he's underappreciated at all. I still don't know where he goes next year. I don't think he's on the Wizards,
that's another topic. Do the Wizards, and did we ever look up his contract? Is he a free agent, or how many? I mean, I know he has years on that deal. I'm going to look it up now.
I think he may have one more year.
Yeah.
On the Wizards deal?
Got to have one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is Bradley
signed a deal too?
No, Bradley just signed the max last year.
Yeah, but why would Russell? Why would it? Weird.
Because he didn't sign that deal with Washington. That was a trade.
Yeah.
So he was on that. He signed that max deal with Oklahoma City. So this is that trade.
So he's got 2 years after this year. So he's making 41, 44, and then last year, the last year of his contract, 22.
He'd probably have over
2023 is
200 triple
47.
doubles right now if he never got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, right? That's everybody,
That's
right?
about it. You know, like he missed a lot of time due to injury, and I mean, just how he's bounced back is pretty good. Still
Shit,
playing at that level.
KD missed the season with injury one time. He played like 5 games or something, and then he just missed the last year and a half. So that's a year and a half for a basketball players of their caliber with the stats. You add that up, that's 2,000 points, 3,000 points you can never get back. And that could be the difference of setting either being number 1, 2, or 3. And I always think about that because I'm very big into stats and setting records. When records are always the Miami Dolphins record, this what is it? 16, 17, winning
whatever
winning the Super Bowl. It's like, oh, they always make a toast when the team gets beat. Like, wouldn't you want, like, yeah, I get it, you hold the record, but like it pushes the sport forward. You know, you should always celebrate records being broken because it moves you down the list as an individual, maybe. Oscar Robinson, Ricky Henderson. Like, I always think of records that you never want, that a player never wants to see broken. And Ricky Henderson came to my mind because he's an arrogant fuck, which made him a great player. He never would want to see his records being broken. I think I remember a quote.
Stolen base record.
Yeah. Oh my God. That will never be broken. No one's breaking that. We should have a 10-minute segment of just unbreakable records, like Wayne Gretzky.
I don't think anyone's going to break
the
the triple double record because Westbrook's still got a few years left. He's got a few triple doubles, and I mean, I don't see.
He's got years ahead of him.
Luka or Harden would be like the only two that I could really think of, but I mean,
Luka better stop crying like a little bitch.
Yeah, he better, you know. But
technically,
I don't think
played out.
We'll probably even get close to that.
Speaking of records, I always thought that records maybe should be exclusive or inclusive to the era that the person played. Because sometimes having records throughout different eras of a sport doesn't necessarily seem to make sense to me. Like the stolen base record. I mean, no one's gonna break it because no one really steals bases anymore like they used to back in the day. You know, so it's like you kind of in a way devalue the record on both ends.
You're right.
In that way. So I've always thought that way.
Let me ask you this then. Do you think records should be broken down into every 10 years, every 25 years?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 10 years is too small.
Yeah.
You know.
Probably say 20, 25 years. That's a good 20, stretch.
You know, because even if you look at baseball too, and you look at some of the
saves, saves is a stat that changes because players don't even pitch or closers for 10 years anymore.
Wins,
home run records, and also you're talking about levels of competition as well. I think that gets overlooked a lot. Like,
Jordan was playing Jim the Plumber.
but you make that argument with Jordan, which I hear a lot, but then you can make the argument where it was a lot more aggressive, less flagrants, less technicals. You could, hand check. So there's a little bit of that. Even that Plumber guy could hand check and do a lot more rough things and body Jordan. And now you hear Zion. I think the GM I watched on SportsCenter yesterday was the GM came out about complaint. Yeah, he got fined like $50,000 for speaking out about the way the refs are reffing Zion, that he's going to get hurt, which you could take any side you want. But
it's the way Zion plays. If you watch him play, it's the way he
plays like Shaq. He's a modern day Shaq.
Yeah,
dude. Not to be a homer, but it was like when Melo was with the Knicks and he was playing that bully ball, and he wasn't getting calls. But at that time, Melo was playing very physical basketball underneath the basket. So
when Melo gets in the paint, he does play. I will give him that. He does play.
Real quick on Zion, he obviously got injured, which prompted the GM to complain about the refereeing and stuff like that. He finished with the highest points per game ever by any player shooting over 60% in a season. So he averaged 27.7 and he shot 61.1% from the field.
Straight down. Yeah, I can't wait till he is definitely. I will bet all the money I have in my Coinbase account at the moment that he does not stay with the Pelicans.
Street talk.
For how long?
Hey, we're not going that far yet. I'm not
Okay.
willing to bet all that money yet. Right now, I'm leaving it very general. He does not stay with the Pelicans.
Oh, so it's a
So
good
for
For
amount
his
of money,
entire
huh?
career.
Yeah. So he's there.
Well-
So he's there 15 years, and then 1 year he leaves and
No,
goes
that-
to like the
I
Hornets
mean,
or
that's
something.
obvious.
I get to keep my money.
What player? Nah, I mean, if you said he's not there after his 5th or 6th year, I think most people would agree with you. Nowadays, who plays with less than 3 teams nowadays? It's Steph Curry might be one of those legacy guys that stays with that team for a very long time. Maybe the last few years of his career he goes elsewhere, but that's
I hope he
not a
actually
thing
does.
anymore.
I hope he stays.
Yeah, me too. I love that.
Yep. But
Live on forever. Do you guys want to jump into top 5 point guards right off the bat and
Let's
and
do
just
it.
go through that?
Yeah, we can
'Cause
do
that was a topic.
we're bringing
So-
Are we
top 5
doing
back.
point guards because of that terrible ass list on Twitter?
Yeah, I've been
List was
seeing different
terrible.
lists all day. So
That list
Oh
was
my
fucking
God.
awful.
Also-
As soon as
That
I
was
saw
the
John
worst
Wall,
list I've seen.
I almost threw my phone.
Yeah,
What
he
is
had
it?
like John
Also-
Wall and De'Aaron Fox on there.
oh
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
bro.
You get come
The
on.
dumb list.
He had Ja Morant and
No, he's
CP3
just
was
talking
on.
about.
That list was
He's got to
so
be
bad.
talking about like current point guards because all time and current. Come on,
No,
that's
John Wall.
Yeah,
Well,
John Wall.
right.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first with their top 5? We'll kind of like be efficient. You guys could say what you want about each person if you want, but we'll kind of just give our opinions and maybe we'll spark some debate on Instagram.
I'll go first. And
Yeah,
I
go.
took it this way because I'm older, so I think of a point guard. I took it as like pure point guards, like almost in
why
the
I did
sense
it.
of like that's how I tried to think of it. Maybe one of these people might not fit in that category, but and this is not in order. I could put it in order, but my top 5. So I'm gonna go Steve Nash. I got
That's number 5. How are we doing this? We always get confused.
I didn't really put it in that
Okay.
order, but
All right,
I'll do it.
all right.
I'll do it right here. I'll put it in order right here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go Steve Nash as number 5 for me. I don't really have much to say. He's just a baller. I used to love watching him play. He almost was like a magician out there in a way that he was a guy that got everybody involved. After that, I'm gonna go Steph Curry. I have to go Steph, number 4. To me, he has revolutionized the game as a point guard. Maybe not a pure point guard. Actually, probably not a pure point guard, but I think he's top 5 for me. After that, I'm going to go Chris Paul. I know everybody thinks I'm a Chris Paul hater. I am not. I just think he's old now. But he is definitely a pure point guard, one of the greatest to ever live. Then number 2 for me. Damn it, my list is all fucked up now. Okay. I want to adjust it now.
You should have said all 5 and then listed them.
Yeah, I should have. So my last 2 are Jason Kidd. I was a big Jason Kidd fan growing up. I love Jason Kidd. And then I don't normally like to do this because I never got to watch him play growing up, but I've seen enough, learned enough throughout my career. But probably the greatest point guard of all time is probably, in my opinion, Magic.
Yep.
So I got Magic, Jason Kidd, CP3, Steve Nash, and Steph. Did anybody see that? Brogan liked it on Twitter. It was some guy that was like, I wonder what number CP3 is gonna retire or wear in the Hall of Fame. And then
He's like, are you 12?
It's like, are you 12?
What jersey would you remember Chris Paul in? And it was Oklahoma City, the Clippers, and the Suns. Like he didn't play for the Hornets or
Twitter is a safe place where you could just put out dumb shit. Obviously,
You could just say whatever on there.
Yeah, I'll go because I'll be quick with mine. I'll do work my way backwards. Number 5, I put Oscar, then I put Westbrook, Steph. Obviously, I would define, if you're telling me point guard, I'm thinking the best point guard I ever seen was Jason Kidd. So I'm thinking a guy that sets his teammates up, is unselfish, looks to score when necessary or when it comes to him, but that's not his game. So I'll put Steph at 5 for that reason. obviously he's listed as a point guard, but he's not a point guard. In my opinion, as far as what a point guard are. Is he one of the greatest guards of all time? Absolutely. Number 4, CP3, floor general, been doing it for now, 18, 17 years. Number 3, I got Nash. He, transformed the game, back-to-back MVPs. Those are almost could be, argued as there was no one else to win the second one, or Kobe could have won it at that time, but nobody had a better year than him than the previous one, so they gave it to him again. Number 2, J Kidd. Would have put him at number 1, but I wanted to be a little unbiased here. J Kidd, in my opinion, was the best point guard up until now, from when I started watching basketball in 2000 till now, best point guard. And then number 1, I did put Magic like you did, Ben, because when you talk about, point guards, I feel like every person above the age of 40, 45, other than Michael Jordan, loved Magic Johnson, his flair, his charisma about the game. But also he stepped up in an NBA finals at the age 21 years old and played, center. Like we would be giving Hall of Fame to anyone who did that, like Luka, if he did that right now and dominated or took control of his team like he did in an NBA finals against an all-time team. Yeah. So I got to give it to Magic. I didn't get to watch him play, obviously, but another honorable mention I left off that I didn't get to watch that everybody has in their top 5 is Isaiah Thomas, but I have no opinion about him. I didn't watch him at all. Yeah. Didn't watch real deal highlights, but he would be definitely in my top 10, but that's my top 5.
Get dominated by Michael. That's what I watched.
And left off the USA team.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, Fort Gravy, go last.
So
top 5.
I had just kind of woke up when I saw those text messages. I didn't know we were doing all time.
No,
it was 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, what the fuck? You had 5 hours.
I sent the picture. No one corrected me either. So.
Oh man!
Wait a minute. He's gonna have John Wall in his top 5.
No.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I'm sure it won't be bad. But go ahead.
I'll fucking shut this computer off right now.
I got current. I'm going current right now.
Okay.
No order.
I like it.
I like it.
I always got to switch it up with the top 5. It's never
a dull moment.
So I'm going CP3, Steph, Lillard. I got Luka in there, and I got Kyrie. That's my top 5. I was kind of debating, is Harden a point guard? Is he not? So I mean, the Nets got a good thing when they got 2 point guards.
Right, that's a good problem to have for sure. No, I like that you threw in that current one, because it's like, for the most part, we probably all would have had 4 out of the 5, 3 out of the 5 anyway. But throw a little. What's yours, Gravy? Gravy's top 5.
All right, in order.
Ooh.
I got J Kidd number 5. I got Chris Paul number 4. Got Steph number 3. I got Magic number 2.
Ooh, who's number 1?
And I got LeBron James number 1, baby.
The
greatest passer of the basketball ever.
I knew someone was gonna do this.
Yep.
No.
You remember LeBron James was drafted as a point guard.
LeBron James is the greatest player of all time, and he just happens to play point guard sometimes.
Hey,
it's crazy.
Ray said it. I'm really basing this off of, a guy who's a good passer of the ball, sets his teammates up well, took Boobie Gibson to the finals. Like,
Boobie Gibson.
Yeah.
I mean, Boobie Gibson. Yeah, the game now is real positionless. Like, you got point centers, point forwards. You got Jokic making crazy passes that only point guards would make back in the day. But LeBron is the greatest passer. I've seen. So
he is playing point guard this season.
Yeah, he was. I can't believe y'all left out one of the GOATs though.
Who?
Yeah, Bob Cousy.
Y'all really did my boy like that. Straight out of Anchorage, Alaska.
Mario
Chalmers. Come on,
No.
There's only one player from Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah, one black player.
One black person.
There's no white guy coming out of Anchorage, Nebraska, whatever. Who fucking cares?
Fucking Alaska, man.
Yeah. Love it. Let's jump into. So that's the top 5. That was good. That hopefully we'll try to bring that back more. So in football news, obviously, before we close out NBA, we got LeBron too scared to play the Knicks tonight, right,
Yep.
Gravy?
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
looked at the schedule,
Yeah.
realized,
ESPN
oh
said.
shit, we're playing the Knicks.
First
Let
game
me
back.
sit
It's gonna
out.
be a physical game out there tonight. Like, we're not.
We just
sitting
wanted
down
to
for
confirm
You don't want
that.
to guard Julius.
Dom
No.
texted me
Hey,
good luck
not-
tonight. I
not
didn't even answer his
DP.
bitch ass.
What happens when the Lakers get into that play-in tournament, whatever, and they have to play? I think they have to play. If they get the 7 seed, they think they have to play the Warriors first, right? I think that's what I saw. What happens when the Warriors beat them, and then
Well,
That'd be wild.
they go to the next, and I think then they play the winner. They would play the loser or winner of the 8-9. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, that
I didn't even know
playoff
that till
bracket
this
is so
weekend.
confusing.
What the fuck?
so
is
7
going
and
on?
8 are playing. 9 and 10 are playing.
Okay,
The
so
winner
7
the winner of 7 and 8 goes on, is the 7th seed.
Yes.
The 8th seed will play the winner of the 9 and 10 game
Okay.
for
And
the
then
8th
loser, and then the loser of the
seed. 9-10 game is out. It's the 10th seed.
and they get a lottery pick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, it's a lot going on with at the end of the day, it makes this stretch run of the last week of the playoffs or getting into the playoffs a lot more fun. You
Yeah.
got Westbrook playing his heart out because he's trying to get his team to the playoffs because they don't benefit from getting a late pick. You know, they
No.
benefit
Right.
from proving himself in the playoffs, which I love. And same thing happened with Booker last year in the bubble. They went 8-0 to end the regular season, almost made that push. If they had a
Yep.
playoff or this situation last year, they would have been in. Obviously, they would have had to play the number 2 or 8 seed, but you never know at the end of the day. And that's what we love in sports is that unknown.
Yeah.
That's why we all like NCAA men's bracket and the women's obviously this year. Duh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Iowa.
I think it
But-
was funny how they asked Curry if it was good for the NBA if the Lakers would play the Warriors, and he was just like,
yeah.
I see that. He said that.
he was just like,
I didn't know that
obviously
was
it's good
the
for the
whole
league.
like play-in tournament type thing. I just thought
It's next
7
week.
and 8 were making it, and 9 and 10. Well,
Oh,
my
yeah,
team's
that's right.
4th in the East. We don't have to concern ourselves with the people down there. So I really wasn't paying much attention
There you
to it, to be
There you
honest.
go.
So if you're 4th in the East, you're going to get a first round matchup versus
Either the
Who would
Hawks
that
or the
be?
Heat.
Hawks of the Heat. Yeah. Ooh.
Give me Miami.
The Heat are
Yeah,
up
I
6
was gonna
right
say,
now.
are you
at the
gonna?
half.
Yeah. Okay.
Either
Nah, I want
way,
Miami. I don't give a shit. Win
the
or
playoffs
lose.
are going to be great. Playoffs are going to be great this year. There's so many competitive teams, even in the bottom of the East and the West. Obviously, every year the West does, but now we're going to have some great round 1 matchups. And you don't say that every year. As long as I've been watching basketball, usually round 1s are formality.
Yeah.
Some upsets. I think this year will be a historical year.
I was watching. I don't know if it was ESPN or it might have been ESPN. Yeah, it was Brian Windhurst. If the Jazz get the number 1 seed, they could potentially be on the other side of the bracket from the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Nuggets. And then if
Wow.
the Sixers get the 1 seed, they'll be on the other side of the bracket of the Bucks, Nets, and Heat.
See, that's why it's going to be fun because you got
That is a free
top 3
ride.
You got top
Yeah.
3, 4 teams, and then you got guys in the teams in the middle that are just as good or are
Yeah.
competitive at that level. I
That's
can't
why I
wait.
just need the Knicks to win that first round series, take out Sixers, Eastern Conference champs, baby.
Yeah, I'm going to be rooting for you guys to beat the Sixers or whoever you guys
Yeah,
before
fuck
us.
the
'Cause so
Sixers.
my
Beat that Nets
destiny,
Knicks Eastern Conference Finals.
let's go.
We'd be out. We'd be out there.
Dude,
That'd be good.
Great. That's
I'd
great.
risk
That's
Uncle
great for
COVID for
everybody.
that.
That'd be great for everybody. Yeah, for
Mm.
sure. So in top NFL breaking news, I'm sure Get Up, ESPN covered it all week.
Fuck
Tim
Get Up.
Tebow, Tim Tebow signed
Tim
with
Tebow?
Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow has signed with the Jags 1-year deal. Obviously, all
We should even be
NFL deals
fucking
that are-
talking about this. There is no
I know.
reason Tim Tebow should be in the NFL right now. First of
No.
all,
Former
played
Met.
for the Mets last season.
Yeah.
Sucked in AAA. Sucked in AA. Sucked in instructional camp. Okay.
Baseball's
He's not
hard,
a tight
man.
end. He couldn't even fucking play quarterback in the NFL. Okay.
Why do you
Never
wait this
played tight
long
end
to
ever.
play tight
Why
end?
is Tim Tebow in the NFL right now?
It's
Why do you
so
wait so long?
ridiculous to me.
Okay.
It's irritating to me that that the Jaguars, and I know his connection to Urban Meyer, but
Jaguars.
you're taking a spot from a young kid out there who's
Exactly.
like has a career that they're going to try to work for.
Dude,
Tim,
That has been playing tight end their whole life.
exactly. You never played tight end before. Tim, you're not going to be good, just like in everything else you've ever done athletically.
Oh.
You're a fluke in Florida. Go back to being an analyst with your crazy hairdo. His hair drives me nuts sometimes. It just doesn't fit with his face. I don't like it.
At least he has hair.
That-
Can't really comment.
That post-game press conference when he lost and he said you'll never see anybody out work and all that.
Yeah.
And then he left. God bless. That was hard.
Yeah.
That was dope. I will give him
Yeah,
they
that.
made
it
like
was.
a plaque
Not
of it.
Florida.
I love his passion, but I think Tebow, I can't even say his name anymore. Tim
See, I
Tebow
fucked you up.
suffers. Tim
Oh,
Tebow
there goes
suffers
Davie.
from that, that thing where he can't like give it up,
Yeah.
And dude, you're taking a spot from a young guy. To me, that's what irritates me. Like, if the Jaguars want to sign him for his leadership, mentorship, like you see some NFL teams do in the past, go ahead and maybe sign him as a backup quarterback. But as a tight end,
Or just
you're not
make him a
fucking
coach.
tight end. Yeah, you're not a tight
Yeah,
end.
like
or like a
assistant or
consultant.
whatnot.
You're taking a
that's why they
roster
did do
spot
it.
from somebody else.
Maybe that's why they did do it. Maybe it was like, all right, he's not going to play quarterback. We don't want to list him as a quarterback because we only can keep 2 or 3. Maybe Urban Meyer has, right? We always judge things off right away, first gut reaction, but then we don't know behind the scenes. Urban Meyer had a conversation, was like, well, we want Tim Tebow. I think he'd make a great consultant, but we would like him to be in the trenches with us. We'll try him out as tight end. If it doesn't work out, he'll probably become He'll probably, that's what I was going to say. He'll probably be
neighbors.
But having Tim Tebow on the Jags for face value, not going into he's taking a position away. I'm just saying, obviously that's a factor or a variable.
He's going to groom
But
Trevor Lawrence as a QB.
I hope
no,
not.
but he
Trevor
could
will
help.
be throwing
and he
like
could-
this.
Yeah, I mean, I
Start throwing
gotta
with his
see how
left
it's
hand.
played. I gotta see how it plays out. At the end of the day, I
But
see
why
both
not-
sides of it. I could.
Why not then, if they're going to do that, why
Hire him
not
as a
sign
coach?
sign him as a quarterback and use
Yeah.
him as like a Taysom Hill type situation?
Assistant to
time
the
will
regional
tell.
general
Maybe-
manager.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy. He's got a big body. Maybe they can use him
That's
in
what
some
she
sort
said.
of Taysom Hill type packages on the, not to me, and on the goal line, or something
No,
like that.
I agree.
Sign him in as a tight end is ridiculous to me.
Maybe it will come out, in camp when they finally get down there, that more details about it. I feel like there is more about this than just signing him, giving him a 1-year deal or something like that. It seems like there's a lot more involved in it than just he's going to play tight end and start at tight end and play.
Well, hey,
There's got to be more to it.
He's been a tight end officially for about 36 hours. Already has better hands than Evan Ingram.
Factuals. Thank you.
I'll tell you this though, it's gotten a lot of people here in Jacksonville kind of happy about it. Because I mean, people in Jacksonville like
hometown
they root
boy.
for the Gators. Yeah, they root for the Gators, and him
Get
signing
people
with
out there.
Jacksonville. People have been talking
Didn't
about
he
it
grow
at
up
my
in
job
Jacksonville?
and whatnot.
Didn't he
I
grow up
don't
in
know.
Jacksonville?
Yeah. They said
I thought he
hometown
grew
on
up in
Sports Center, so I didn't know.
Thailand.
I thought he grew up in Jacksonville. I'm about to look it up.
I mean, he's gonna
Fearless.
sell
Fuck the
jerseys
Gators.
probably. Yeah, fuck the Gators. Gators suck.
Yeah, they do.
So that's basically the NFL news and not much.
No, it's not actually, Ray. We have a little shit. We have a little sum to here,
that
pal.
one. Oh, okay. See, I tried to
So
skip it. Okay.
I'll let you go first, and then I
No,
just have
no,
the
you- no.
ultimate.
You brought it up.
Well,
You
once
brought
I
it up, so
stump you
I'll-
with
I'll-
this, once I
Yeah.
stump you with
I'll
this,
put-
you're not gonna want to talk about it.
That's
I'll
why I
pretend that
confirmed
I
Jacksonville.
don't know what you're about to go with, so you could just bring it up and we'll do
All right,
go
people.
organic.
As you know, the NFL has allowed multiple skill positions to have single digits. Probably missing a few, but I think it's linebackers, DBs, wide receivers, running backs, fullbacks. Don't forget the fullbacks, very important.
Mhm.
Um,
I'll give you a
Tight
fullback.
ends too.
So Patrick Peterson, most notably, is wearing 7 with the Vikings. J.C. Horn is picking 8 for Kobe. There's another one that I can't remember, but most notably, our Giants, Sterling Shepard is going back to his college number and wearing number 3. So Raymond over here, aka Elvis Escobar, has a problem with this. So Ray, why don't you tell them what your fucking problem is?
He's on his Tom
So
Brady
my
shirt
my
right now.
problem. So hold on. My problem from this is I made a comment. Now I was on the beach today. As if you're watching on YouTube, I got a nice little color, a
They're
light
looking toasty.
white or a
Yeah.
lighter color today to bring it all home. But
Ben was at the beach
I
too.
brought it up in the group chat. Was he? if
No
they have
beach in
beaches,
Iowa.
yeah, if they have beaches in Iowa, I don't know.
Yeah, we got man-made lakes.
Yeah,
now.
there's
Watch out.
beaches. Yeah, we got
Man-made
lakes here with
lakes.
beaches. Active
So I
River
brought it
Beach.
up. So obviously, Gravy brought it up, and the first comment I said was, "Oh, they'll look so cool, man. They're gonna look so swaggy. Like they're gonna going from number 80 to 8. Man, there's so much behind a number. It's probably gonna make me play well. Like obviously, I'm patronizing it, but is it even fucking news? Like who fucking cares? People are like retweeting it, like, oh, that's gonna look so dope. But it's like, who fucking cares?
It's a number.
That's dope though.
But is
Yeah.
that your argument, or you have?
No, I'm saying like I
It's
think
a-
Sterling Shepard going from 87 to his college number 3.
But in
is
college,
cool.
you're given numbers more. Like I actually don't know this, so I'm speaking out of my ass. But when you go to college, they have 100 players on the team, 101 players. They can only give out 99 numbers. Are you really assigned a number? Like, do you get?
But
to
is he
pick
the
a
only
number?
player that wants to go back and wear his college number?
Every player's gonna want to do that, which is fine. That's cool. They're gonna have to buy out the jerseys. People,
Yeah.
by the way, think that's an NFL.
He makes
thing.
endorsement.
It's an
He
NBA
makes
thing,
endorsement. No,
too.
that's everything. Yeah.
When you change your number, you have to buy what they put out of the market because they just made 50,000,
Unless
You
you give
know-
a year's notice, because then they'll stop
Yeah,
producing your jersey.
and that's what
Yeah.
That's
AD
why
and LeBron had
Yeah.
their issue,
Yep.
which they never went back to. By the way,
No.
they must have worked out something behind the scenes where they're like, all right, let's just keep it and rock with it. But yeah, jerseys that they produce prior to a certain date, so the NFL or the NBA is not sitting with 50,000 jerseys that they got to send to West Africa and pretend they're donating those. But it makes sense. But yeah, it's cool.
Shout
It'll
out
make
West Africa.
it'll make good Instagram shout out. It'll make great Instagram posts. When Odell turns number 3 and then somehow turns his blessed up into a 3, the E, and then he could get a bunch of comments on it and likes. Yeah, wavy.
Some
swaggy.
people get really
Tsunami
attached
God.
to numbers.
What the
some
fuck?
Yeah.
Some people get necklaces with numbers on
Yeah.
them. Some people get tattoos with numbers
Yeah,
on
Ray.
them.
Some people get necklaces with numbers on them, Ray.
I have tattooed numbered on me.
My mom gave me this. 18.
Yeah.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, Mom. Yep.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, mom.
Shout out, Ray's
Okay.
mom.
I have a question. What did you
Answer.
think when RIP Kobe went from 8 to 24?
It's
I hated it.
I liked at the time. I didn't like it because obviously he's number 8 at that time. But then obviously as I grew up and I look back, I was like, oh, that makes sense. New chapter in his life. He wanted to start fresh. That was symbolism. I get that.
He's one of the only
It doesn't
guys
affect
though.
me. I don't look back at it and go, oh, wow, that was amazing. You did that. I just go, that's pretty cool. Just like I do
He's one of
this.
the-
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Okay,
he's
well,
one of the
that's what-
Kobe's
and
one
that's
of the
what I'm
only
saying.
guys though that went to 2 numbers and like crushed it with both numbers. So he's like recognized.
Their
with
numbers are
those
so
numbers.
similar.
Barry Bonds.
No, Barry Bonds. The listeners
But he
don't
went
want
from
Barry
the
Bonds
Pirate- he
reference
went-
on the fucking show.
Yes, they do.
Ooh.
What are you talking
they
about?
don't.
Ben's
That should
got a
be fucking
bad
Hall of
taste. He
Famer.
looked
Yeah.
like he looked
Very
like
good.
he
Should be a
just
Hall
ate
of
something
Famer.
bad.
He should be a Hall of Famer.
Speaking of Barry
Sure.
Bonds, shout out Arod. I know he's disappointed. JLo's out there with Ben in Montana.
Ben
Do you
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's true, by the way? We could do a side note from that. Do you guys think that's like them trolling us and like being like,
No,
all
I
right,
think
the
it's
media,
totally
they're going
true.
to eat this
Who
up? You think it's true?
Who cares?
I think it's totally
Hey,
true.
I don't give a
I
damn.
care about this more than I care about NFL numbers being
I
swaggy.
still gotta wake up at 6:58 tomorrow. No matter what.
6:58.
Yeah,
Man,
pal. 2-minute walk to work, right downstairs.
man.
That's the biggest L New York has taken of Boston since the ALCS in
Boo.
2004.
Boo.
But,
Boo.
but
Uh,
A-Rod's from Miami, pal.
By the
with
way,
Yankees, though.
By the way, that Arod Wolves deal never got closed. I seen that on SportsCenter.
Yeah,
that
they reached
never
they went
that
past their
deal,
30
so-
days.
Well, what do you
But they
know?
said they're
A-Rod didn't tell
still-
the truth again.
No, they're still going through.
No.
They're still going through with it in
shit! I'm
good
here all
faith.
day. I'm here all day.
No, he's not lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think A-Rod's dog's name's Balco? Oh,
Falco, I haven't heard that word in a really long time.
yeah.
Kobe
we got-
Bryant, by the way, speaking of the GOAT, gets inducted to the Hall of Fame this week. Shout out. That'll be
sir.
fun
This
to
week?
watch. MJ. This
this
weekend, I
weekend?
believe.
This weekend.
Matt Harvey is
Oh.
returning to City Field tomorrow.
There we
For
go.
what? Is he gonna sell hot dogs?
No, he pitches with the Orioles, bro.
Wait, he's still employed by the MLB?
Damn.
Yeah.
Matt Harvey used to be so raw.
Yeah.
Dude, he really
Hey,
was.
wait a
Harvey
minute. Has
Day
there
was-
been a
Speaking of
pitcher that
Batman.
has fallen from grace so fast?
Yes.
Matt Harvey.
Yes.
Who?
Rick Ankiel. Rich Ankiel.
Rick and Q, they showed him on
Good one.
SportsCenter the other day.
I could if you
shout
give me
out.
some time, I could come up with a few.
Hey, you know what I watched the other day? Do you ever watch? Sometimes I watch. By the way, did you watch that Vice show called Dark Side of the Field or Dark Side of the? And it's about
Dark-
football. They have Dark Side of the Ring about wrestlers.
Yeah, and then right,
And
I know
they
what
just
you're
had a
talking- what is
football
that
one.
called?
The first episode was Ocho Cinco.
Ooh,
nice.
what channel?
Ocho.
What
I watched it on
device is that
YouTube. I
YouTube.
watched it on
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Mat is dope. I actually had Bree watch an episode of Chris
Brian
Benoit.
Pillman. I just watched Brian Pillman one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think they have a new season. Dude,
Yep.
they're so good in how they do it. Very
Yeah.
detailed. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, right? You can like
No, yeah.
totally
I'm a
get
wrestling
into the
fan. I
lifestyle.
just,
Yeah, of course.
have-
Not
I
as
lose.
much.
I feel like I don't have time to do
No,
stuff anymore.
I get it. I got too much
But
time. That's why I'll do it for
The
both
Brian
of us.
Pillman one was good. It was so good.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one for sure.
Yeah.
Love it.
What is the
So
show? Is it on Viceland? You said though.
It's from Vice. So Vice,
Oh, okay.
Vice, yep.
and then they just put a lot of their shit on YouTube.
Gotcha.
Not
Yeah, they
YouTube
do.
TV,
That's
but
how
just
I
actual
started.
YouTube.
and then they're on
and-
Hulu as well.
They have a show called
Hmm.
Dark Side of the Mat or Dark Side of the Ring, and it's
Mhm.
about wrestlers that have went through some shit,
Behind the
either are
scenes,
dead,
personal shit,
behind
yeah.
the scenes stuff. They
Kill-
started like a
kill the
spin-off
person.
to that of like Dark Side of the Field, or
Okay.
maybe, and it's about the first episode was had to do with football. It was about Ocho Cinco, and about how told about his story, how he shouldn't have even have made it to the NFL, and that guy's crazy how he even made it. I don't even know how he made it, but he made it. I mean, he deserved to make it, but just like you can't like his
was
path
120
to his
pounds.
life, and what he had to go through to get where he's at is a lot different than most
Yeah.
people's in life. And so, it made me have a
Not
lot
like Tim
of-
Tebow.
No, not like Tim Tebow at all. Complete opposite of Tim Tebow.
That's the last time we
Let's
mentioned
say
Tim
that.
Tebow.
By the way, there
Thank
was
God.
I hope.
they did an A&E documentary on Booker T. I don't know if you guys been watching that every Sunday night on
Yeah, I heard
A&E.
Pat McAfee was talking about it today.
Yeah, dude, his story his mom
What's it on?
died at A&E.
Okay. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, just right because they started off with Stone Cold, which is amazing, and I thought I knew everything about him, but there was a lot of like personal when he was younger stuff. But man, these stories of these wrestlers, the come up of like living in their car, traveling 200, 300 miles for $100, and you have to factor in gas, and you go, damn, I complain about my dreams or my aspirations, and it's like these guys have. If you were to say it while it's happening, it's like there's no shot you're becoming a pro wrestler or whatever. Booker T's mom died when she was 45, left them, him and his siblings, basically homeless and fostered. Then, like, he went to jail at 21, did a 4-year burglary. He robbed like 79 Wendy's
Yeah.
in Houston,
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh my
Did
god.
4 or 5 years, comes
Why
out,
not make
doesn't
it
know what to
80?
do.
I don't
Right?
know.
Like, he got caught in the 80th one. That's why. The story is just great. So they did Stone Cold, they did Roddy Piper, they did Macho Man, they did Booker T. Next week is Shawn Michaels, which is one of my favorite wrestlers. So they show it on repeat, on A&E. Just look it up or whatever.
Is
But
it on the
Speaking of-
those
CAC?
documentaries? It's
On the CAC.
not on the CAC. I don't think it's on the
Oh.
CAC.
What's the CAC?
I love documentaries. So any documentaries you guys
Whoa. What's
suggest,
the
send it
CAC?
to us. Oh, Peacock.
What's the cack?
Yeah.
Peacock.
Peacock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The
I'm
worst
dumb,
app
guys.
for watching WWE, by the way. So,
But Ray, check that one out about Brian Pillman, because Stone Cold's all in that because he started off in a tag team with Brian Pillman, the Hollywood Blondes.
and then do a little this, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
And then
that's
they
it.
got a rival. They did a rival with the guy. Stone Cold went to his house with a gun and tried
Yeah.
to shoot him.
I know.
That was a
Oh,
wild
what?
segment. My man went to Raw, like, because that was when Raw was trying to get like very Jerry Springer and like reality TV. So they did a segment where Stone Cold would go to his house with a gun, and they like they'd stop like filming, and like you hear a gunshot, whatever. They trying to make it. Yo, dude, wrestling in the late '90s was like
Wild
coming
West.
coming for
Yeah.
keeps, basically, with like the
Yeah.
rivals, and try to. That's why Vince McMahon went from a millionaire to a billionaire. He played the game very well.
Yeah. What do you guys think
what other
about?
topics we got?
What do you guys think about the Angels' way of designating Albert Pujols for assignment?
I mean, wasn't he hitting under like 200?
Yeah.
Yeah, no
I've
spot
gotten,
for
like,
him. He could only play
187.
DH.
What is it? What? All right. Let me ask you this, Nick. What
It was
do you
mutual,
think
probably.
they should
by
have
the way.
done?
It wasn't.
You
I'm
don't
sorry?
think it's
they
mutual?
should've-
No,
what do
it
you
wasn't.
think they should have done?
I think they should have handled it a little bit better. From what I understand, it wasn't dealt in the best way possible, and was a
So-
bit of a shock to everybody.
Like, like
I
in a
understand
way,
he
like
wasn't
Albert
hitting-
found out on Twitter that he was being designated for assignment.
I
That'd
don't know
be
the
fucked up.
specifics, but I know a lot of people were shocked in and outside of the organization. And I
Yeah.
get that he wasn't hitting well overall. He's still hitting top 10, I think, against lefties this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was
For a
kind of
right-handed
shocked
hitter.
when I saw the notification as well. I was like, oh, that's weird. It's weird seeing an all-time great get let go like that. But
Right.
I don't know. Like I haven't heard how it happened, but I mean, I don't even
I
think
just
Albert
think-
uses Twitter.
In the day and age of these legendary players, which he is,
Yeah.
getting a
All-time
chance
greats.
to say goodbye to
Yeah.
fans, and not necessarily going out on their own terms, but just being given a heads up. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah,
I
I'm not sure.
can't show. Damn. It was B Wonder tweeting out, just felt my daughter kick for the first time.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I
Nice.
liked it,
Dude.
I had to show it. I thought I could. That was pretty dope.
Hey, I don't know if I'm going viral either, but my phone is blowing the fuck up with
Oh,
Twitter
because of that?
notifications.
My bad to cut you off. I thought that was super
No,
cool
you're
when I
good.
see
You got like 60
Um,
likes.
I just
Yeah, I know.
hope he gets re-signed
More
by
followers.
a different team.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you will.
I respect that, Nick. I think there's a lot into that too, that treat your legends. I like the like farewell tour type stuff, the honoring and saying, hey, it's not going to work out anymore, but we have the respect for what you did for the game. So yeah, I do see
From
that.
what we know now, he did it the right way.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
saying he probably,
from what we know, and that's
wouldn't be
how you,
surprised.
I think he's probably pretty clear, because I'm sure he was in that time where he's probably heavily
if it would have
tested.
came out, it would have came
Yeah,
out.
it would have
Like,
came
by
out.
now,
We would
with
have
all-
known
with all
by
the
now.
media,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
would think about it. That's not information, and nowadays you want to hold because you can make money off it. If I'm somebody with that information, I come out with it. I could go on interviews. I make money. There's no one just holding that information
Sure.
should not make money off of it. So now more than ever, this is the time to come out. And usually things like that come out when news comes out about somebody. Like somebody gets cut, and it's like, oh, by the way, he's a racist. Look at this tweet. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That happened during the All-Star game. One of the
John
the
Rocker?
that guy was racist for sure. The hater for the Brewers pitched in the All-Star game doesn't get mentioned at all from average fans. He pitched in an All-Star game that same night. The tweets came out about him, from 2012 about some racist comments. And it was like, damn, you guys had all the time to release this. You guys seen what he was at the All-Star game. It was like, ooh, let's go on his Twitter, and went all the way back to 2012. Like, that's crazy.
It's like Adam
People are
Schefter.
FBI
It's like-
agents.
It's like Adam Schefter releasing the Aaron Rodgers news on draft night when he has no fucking sources or talked to anybody or had anything. He just basically came up with this story from things he's heard over some time and then decides to release it on draft night.
Right. Just for
It's
some
all
clicks.
a ploy. It's all the NFL and ESPN are in this, I don't know.
Bubble.
I will tell you this though. I like how Gravy said, not so much like the farewell tour or anything like that, but like leaving on your own terms. Like, that's such a good feeling. Like me, I'm leaving my current job on my own terms, and like, I mean, there's really nothing better than doing that. Like, there's a few things that I would put above that. So the fact that they didn't even do anything like to honor him. I mean, because he's been with Angels for a while now, and
just as long as he was the Cardinal.
Just for them to just kind of like let him go and not give him any kind of flowers or whatnot. I hope he signs with some team in the AL and he just has a great series against
White
them.
Sox.
Tony La Russa said no. La Russa.
No.
Yeah, he did.
He doesn't know
Because he would, he's hammered. But what I bring up in a group chat when that happened was it's sad that the MLB has 30 teams and he can only sign with 15 of them. Like that sucks.
If the MLB would have got universal DH, he would have had 29 teams.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. You limit what fun it could bring to a fan base. Albert Pujols goes to your team with the amount of home runs. He's top 5 right now all time. He's going to, obviously, if we're in a normal situation, non-COVID, he would be selling out because teams would be like, oh, shit, he goes to the Marlins right now, which he cannot go because he doesn't play a position. He's at that age. Where if he played for the Marlins, I would love to go see Albert Pujols. I would at least go to one game this year. But I'm not going to be able to because he can only play for the AL essentially. And that's unfortunate as a sport. And that's the problem I have with baseball. We could talk about the review system, the unwritten rules. That's the number one thing I have a problem with is half the league plays one way, half the league plays another. And it's ridiculous. The fans suffer at the end of the day. The fans suffer.
And like, that's true. Fans will go out to see a player, even though like they're in their later stages of their career. Cause when I was in Texas a few years back, the Twins were playing the Rangers and I was like, oh shit, let me go out there, see Joe Mauer, see Adrian Beltre before, I won't happen anymore. And I mean, that was pretty cool to see, So
Joe Mauer.
Hey, Joe Mauer's a GOAT, bro.
No, he's one of those guys.
Joe Mauer,
he's not he's not a big name. Man, he's on that one of the biggest catchers deals in MLB history.
He started playing first base towards the end of the career, but he got injured a lot. If he didn't get injured so much, he probably would have hung on for a few more years.
Very solid fantasy baseball player. Oh, one of the best.
Speaking of catchers, remember Pudge Rodriguez? Man.
Yeah, he got a ring.
Go, baby.
I used to love that guy.
That's Ford's
They used to call me Pudge.
Pudge.
I believe it.
Pudge was the man. I'll never forget when Conine threw out
I was there.
Who it was, and Pudge caught the ball, and he was just like,
I wish I had my it was right
against
there.
The Giants, yeah.
It was that.
That was so
Was it the
fire.
NLCS or was it the NLDS?
I think it was the first
NLDS
one.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think it was NLDS.
Yeah.
Jeff Kent.
It wasn't.
Jeff Kent. Yeah.
What? Dude,
Jeff
that was the year they won it, right?
Yeah,
Format.
on that year.
Yeah.
That was a great.
I was there at that game.
Run. Were you?
Yeah, I still credit myself for making the right fielder. I want to say it was Jose Cruz Jr.
Here we go.
Jose Cruz Jr. I'm pretty sure I made him drop that ball in right field. Yeah, I yelled at him.
Did?
I was right there, bro.
Man.
One of the best games I've ever been to. Joe Robbie was packed. 70K.
Joe Robbie was packed, bro. I remember I went to a Phillies game that year, and like there was this drunk dude in front of me. I was like, I don't even know, like 9, 10, and he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with y'all? We're about to go to the playoffs. Like, y'all need to stand up and make some noise." Like, just going like this, like just going nuts. And I'm just sitting there like,
that's a great
what the fuck
fan.
is wrong with this guy?
Love that.
That was
That's
back in the day when
games.
if you had a $5 Subway coupon, you'd like be able to sit behind home plate.
Yeah, and they would give you stuff for free. Like the first 5,000 fans get a free bat or a free ball.
That was like New Jersey
whatever.
Net games. For a game, you get a seat for $25, and it includes a soda and a hot dog. They were giving that shit away at the Meadowlands back in the day. That's why I went to a lot of games.
Shout out Pro Players Stadium. Go ahead.
No, different. Do we have any B wonders this week? B wonders?
Yeah, I'm wondering a couple things, but I don't know.
We got a little time because we don't have many more topics to go. Then we still got to get to.
I got like 27 more topics.
I'll save my wonders for next
I'm
week.
saying that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Save B wonders. I love it's got to happen organically. It's got to happen genuinely.
I'm wondering when I'm about to pee my pants is when I'm wondering.
He's been silent for the last 5 minutes. I'm wondering what he was doing over there.
My problem is I always bring this big ass thing of water down, and then I drink the whole thing fast. But I'm good.
Yeah, well, before the other segments, because we don't have any main topics to cover, and I want the last 10, 15 minutes of the episode to be random. So go ahead with Bet the Fort, and then we'll kind of freestyle it from there.
Bet the Fort.
Which was off last week because my man didn't give me any picks.
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared at all. And then
15 and 10 all time.
CP3 didn't hit the over, and I got no money in my bookie right now. I'm not depositing no Bitcoin anymore. Fuck that. I got three this week. 2 NBA games, both on Sundays. Pretty good games. Playoff implications. Blase. Knicks and Celtics play. I am taking the Knicks. The Knicks
Ooh.
playing great basketball. Look at Gravy's face. That's all you got to say. Respect the Knicks.
Jaylen Brown out for the year.
Knicks.
Not a bad pick.
Celtics are losing right now to the Heat. Fuck the Celtics.
Free
my boy Tatum.
We could always agree on that. Fuck the Celtics, so that's good. And fuck Philly.
Yeah, fuck Philly. The next basketball one I got is Nuggets Blazers on Sunday as well. Taking the Nuggets. Nuggets are probably my dark horse team. Not really even a dark horse team, but I just wish Jamal Murray wouldn't have got hurt.
That's got a big win against them the other night. We needed that.
Yeah. And then I got one baseball. I'm taking the Cardinals over the Padres. Cardinals did me right last time, so they've been playing all right.
Oh, and Tatis, did you update that recently? Because Tatis just got tested for COVID. He'll be out. So.
I didn't even know that when.
You're right. You actually sent that a few hours ago, and it just happened.
Yeah, it happened right after he said it.
Yep.
There you go. All right, so that's done in good faith. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Bet the Fort. By the way, Bet the Fort all time is 15 and 10 at 60%, and 60% is kind of where you want to be as a bettor. Making you guys money. Hopefully you guys are
tough, man.
Following
60% of the time, all the time.
Yeah, it's
all the time.
60% of the time. All the
I'll
time.
look sometimes like when I'll be on my bookie, I'm scrolling through things and I'm just like, man, that looks like a good bet. And then I'm like, but then they're playing against this team.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I don't know. It's raining. That player might not like rain. Or they're playing in this altitude, and I don't know. It's just so much overthinking. So like, betting's tough, but this is not financial advice.
Yeah, this is not the copyright.
Not financial advice. Do your own research.
Absolutely. So we'll post that. Cool. All right, go ahead, Grave. What you got?
Kodak Black dropping an album this week, baby. Pompano 954.
He's not in prison. I just want to get a Kodak.
No, he's out. He's out.
Okay, I just want to make sure. They come in and out. They're doing different things.
Yeah.
Make sure.
The Oakland
coming out,
A's.
doing some things to get back in.
Yeah, I don't know. Probation's a thing that you violate, you go back. I just want to make sure.
Especially Kodak, he can't stay out.
Yeah.
Nah.
And don't forget J. Cole Friday.
Oh, J. Cole album. First song release.
He's also playing in the African Basketball League.
Shout out West Africa.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that right?
Shout out West Africa got 2 shout outs this episode.
He's on the cover of Slam Magazine. First,
I think he's playing for the
cover.
I didn't watch that.
Rwanda Patriots.
Did anybody watch that documentary thing he put out yet, or the show?
No.
The off season yet? I was gonna check it out. I'm excited for that though.
I had the Oakland A's have been told by MLB to start looking for possible relocation areas or cities, states. They can bring their asses to Des Moines.
Never would work. We couldn't support a pro baseball team.
I know.
We couldn't do it.
That's interesting.
We could do an MLS team, or we could do a football team.
Oakland
Think
just
so?
losing all their teams, bro. Like, what the hell?
Think
is
we
going
could do
on with
Yeah,
football?
that's
Oakland?
crazy.
Huh?
You think we could do football?
Yeah, we can do football.
I feel like if Green Bay could do football, anybody could do football. Well, then again, they have the obviously the legacy of it, but still.
We don't have to go in depth, but just goes to prove my point that boxing is dead, even though Canelo had a good fight this weekend.
Great fight.
The Paul brothers and now Floyd are back to clown activities, as I like to call it.
Got your hat.
Yeah.
Got your hat.
Yeah.
Got your hat.
Got your hat. No cap.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Love that shit. He's crazy.
Yeah.
He was getting beat
Bro.
up and running and pulled it. He goes, got your hat. Got your hat.
Got your
I was
hat.
tired. And then he put
Shit
on
is a
what? He put on
joke.
Twitter right away trying to sell merchandise. Love it.
Yeah, he
That's
probably sold it
genius
too.
right there.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
marketing
He's the
genius.
epitome. Yeah, he is a marketing genius. He's the epitome to me of what happens when a young kid comes into too much money and then loses all fear. Like Jake Paul doesn't have any fear because I think of his money, so he's turned it. And he's a marketing genius, but I don't know. Someone's gonna
Kinda like
catch him.
Bieber back in the day.
Someone's gonna catch him. Yeah, but Bieber's not trying to fight people.
Yeah, he's not trying to.
Like
That's
someone's
true.
gonna catch Jake Paul. Someone's gonna do it.
Bieber's just
shout out-
trying to hoop in the celebrity game, and that's about it.
Right.
Shout out,
was?
yeah.
Bieber.
Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
Justin Bieber and DJ Khaled for golfing on Davie Golf Course. I don't know if you guys saw that.
That's
I'll
No.
send it.
something like
I'll
that.
send it to the chat. So there
DJ
was
Khaled wrestling the alligator.
they came out with an album, with a song and a music video. And me and a few buddies, we were like, "Is this Davie?" And I was looking. I was like, "That's the first hole on Davie." Like I always either go in the water or
Wow.
to the right, so
Yeah.
I recognize that hole for sure. But yeah, they look like they
Album's
use
pretty weak.
CGI because that golf course does not look that great, by the way. But shout out Davie Golf Course.
All right, I got two more things.
God.
One, I know the draft just passed, so I saw this on my timeline yesterday, I think, or the day before. Shout out to Antonio Gates, who has the most receiving yards and touchdowns in NFL history by an undrafted player.
Yeah,
So,
underappreciated.
Not just tight
I think,
ends,
too.
but yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
on that all undrafted team of all time, whether it's NBA, NFL,
Yeah.
undrafted players. I will always root for, and no matter who they are, what team
too.
hashtag undrafted. I
Yeah.
love that the stories of those.
Mhm.
And last but not least, just want to give a really special shout out to the 2020-2021 English Premier League champions
I will
Mm.
give
for
it
the
to you.
third
We'll give it to
time
you.
in 5
sir.
years. Manchester City, baby.
Manchester City. See, I don't mind that jersey. You know,
It's beautiful.
it's
Okay.
not.
nice.
It's not overwhelmingly baby blue.
Yeah, no, it's
But-
good.
Alright.
Yeah, it's a
Shout out
solid baby
Nike.
blue.
Don't think we're
Shout out
sponsored by
Nike.
Nike anymore.
Only-
Might be
only thing I rock-
Puma.
Oh shit, Kyrie's down. Oh mother effer.
Well,
Um,
hey,
Wait, replay.
fans. I was gonna say fans. Ben and I were
Oh, we got
discussing
hit in
this
the head.
before.
Yeah.
Send us your requests. Send Ben some videos,
Yeah.
some
I'm looking
pictures.
Look for a
He's looking
soccer
for a
team.
team.
So I'm taking your. We'll say in a way I'm taking applications. Submit them over to us of who I should be a team of, and maybe I'll do a little something. Maybe the team I'll choose, I'll buy a jersey and then buy that person who submitted that team over or something of that.
You got to
that
do
team
like
too.
one of those like
Yeah.
reveals
Like a
like the high
scarf.
school
Yeah.
players
Hey,
do when
you
they
gotta-
I'm gonna do the
You got to
reveal.
give
Pick
people
colleges.
incentives. You got to give
Yeah.
people incentives nowadays.
I'll
so
do a
that's-
reveal. I will literally do
Hey.
a reveal.
Well, in that
I'll call
case-
yeah.
Wait, you're doing a reveal?
Yeah, not right now.
All right, just don't tell Grandpa Harvey before.
No, we'll get it marketed out for sure.
It's going to
No
the family
comment.
email before it goes to the podcast.
No comment.
No
No comment there.
My cat's trying to
Oh.
poop right next to me, so I'm trying to hit him.
Oh damn,
Again?
Dude.
Yeah, he
bro,
knows.
what's wrong with Buddy?
He's wild.
Which
Dude.
one is
Anyway.
this one?
Sergio.
Sergio
yeah.
Cat.
It's your
Poops.
boy though.
Too
Uh,
nasty.
my
Yeah,
cat,
shout out my boy.
Stormy's-
Yeah, I love him.
Stormy's cat. Actually, we might get another cat. I'm not gonna lie. But
More cats.
the
I
cat
got my
litter
cat right
that
under me right now.
the cat litter that we use is like all sold out. I couldn't find it, and
Oh
it's,
no.
I panicked. I know because it's those little crystals.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, she's never had anything else, and I couldn't find it all. I went on Amazon and it's like $60 for a bag.
Oh my
What?
God.
$60.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
Albert Almora was just running after a fly ball,
Oh,
and he fucking went.
I
No,
thought somebody died.
No,
Bro.
No,
dude, he's on the
Yeah.
floor.
literally.
He ran.
I was like,
into
who?
the-
Michael Jordan died? Who? LeBron? What happened?
Dude,
Tell us.
He ran
Yeah.
into the wall full speed.
Yeah. Like you and Dave
Bad.
the other night.
Well, Kyrie Irving
Yeah.
just got elbowed in the head and is now out. So anyway.
And what were we saying? Oh, spay and neuter your pets, people. By the way.
Yeah, that's very important. I mean, unless you're gonna breed
Important.
them,
But anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
fuck
I
breeding
brought her regular cat litter, and she seems cool with it.
but
Nice.
Yeah.
Glitter's important, dude.
I could
Yeah.
go on. I clean. I got 4 cats, 4 litter boxes. They each take 2 poops a day. So you do the math.
Ray
Yeah.
on
also
how-
Hey, you
vacuums
only have
7
4?
times a day.
and I vacuum 7 times. So
I thought you
I'm
had
doing.
more than 4.
Yeah, let me
That's
ask you this
four.
though, Ray. Let me ask you this: do your
What's up?
cats like hit the cat litter out of the box all the time?
So we changed our cat litter from the pellets that are like hard. We've never done the tiny pebbles because they'll be everywhere and they smell, they stink.
Yeah.
We went to pellets and then we learned that those also retain a lot of urine smell. I can't believe I'm breaking this down on a podcast, but this is why we do
Yeah.
a podcast, right? Talk about our personal lives.
Yeah.
But now we do. I wanted to save money because I wanted to be cheap. So we bought like
Nothing wrong with that.
horse pellets that belong in a barn. So basically, once they pee on them, they break down a little like dust, and all I got to do is empty the bottom tray out. We're very like
Yeah.
futuristic in this house. We try to be. So
No, dude, that's the same.
it's a lot
exact
more
thing
work
I
for
do.
me, but there's rarely any smell. Anybody who comes to
We
my
use-
house that's listening to this podcast, you could attest to this.
Yeah, we use these things called fresh crystals. They're like crystals, and then so when she pees and poops in them, it like disintegrates and it goes through the holes in the bottom. And I have this tray I pull out with like these little diaper pads on them. Yeah, dude, I got the same
okay.
litter box.
Yeah.
Y'all got that
Whoa!
electronic one, that
Right here.
futuristic shit.
Yeah,
Oh, look
but
at-
what
look
I'm
at that
saying
guy
is,
right there.
is do
Live
the
shot
cats
right
like
here.
you know how the
Fucking
cats
time
go in
machine.
there and then they try to like hide their shit? Do they hit the cat litter out of the box?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, most of the
Yeah.
time it's out of the box and then you move it around, but it's not too much.
Okay.
So these pellets are pretty big, so it's not like you just sweep them up or I just vacuum. Like I said, like Gravy said, I vacuum 7
hate
times a
that,
day,
yeah.
so I'm on it. Yeah, I'm with you,
Alright.
bro. It's the little things in life: lawn,
Yeah.
cat litter, stuff like that. These are the things that.
I know.
This is why we're adults. We're sophisticated adults.
Yeah. Speaking of the little things, I just want to give a little shout out, or not shout out, but notice to Central Iowa Fence. Time is ticking on them to come get the oil stain they left out of my driveway.
Ooh, from the
I
car,
have
from the truck.
Yeah, I have communicated with them a few times now, and it's still there. So after the third email I sent today, which was pretty demanding,
Oh, I
I'm
believe
hoping to
it.
see them
I
out
need
of
to
my
see the
house
screenshot.
tomorrow to get that oil stain out of my driveway. 'Cause
So what? They parked. They pulled up and parked, and then they drove away, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
I didn't even do that. I never have went back outside, and Emily came home and she was like, "Hey, fence looks nice. What happened? What's with the giant oil stain in the driveway?" And I was like, "Say what?"
You can
Oh,
just power
and-
wash that bitch out.
I tried.
Ooh, you tried that already.
I tried to do it. Didn't work. And then they came out, scrubbed it, got a little bit of it out, but it wasn't fully out.
All gone.
And then he was like, "I need to get something stronger, and I'll come back." It's been 2 weeks, hasn't been back. And so I sent the lady email.
Oh, they're
again
not
today.
coming back. They're not.
Oh, I
coming
sent
back
her an
for that.
email. I sent her an email today, and I was like, "Oil stains."
I'm gonna
still
write a
there.
letter.
We need to have.
I'm gonna write a
solution
letter,
for it.
Karen. Bill.
We need to have a solution for this. And I was like, I'm not trying to bitch, but like the house was built 2 years ago, so it's a new driveway. So there's like
It's
no other
non-slanted.
solution. It is slanted.
Oh, okay.
There's just no basketball hoop.
Just no basketball hoop, fair.
hoop on it.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball hoops,
I mean, we got time. We got no topics. Let's just go off rip. I love it.
On Sunday,
Oh my God.
Nick, I don't know if you recall, but there was a little family kind of get together. We did play a game of horse. And Nick, do
Who
you
won?
remember who won that game?
Oh, here we go.
Travis won, right?
Wait, did he?
You know what? No, I think you won.
He won with the little basketball.
Yeah, he beat
He
me
won
for
with
the
the
little
little
basketball.
basketball. I won with
And then you
the-
beat him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know
All
what?
right.
It was windy. That ball was flat,
Yeah.
and I
And
had a
then
lot
we
of
had
scoops behind me.
excuses.
And we had old people in seats, not knowing what they're doing. Anyway. All right.
Yeah.
Gravy would have won if I was passing him the rock.
That's what I said. I was
Hey.
like, hey, I'm a catch and shoot type of guy. Not really shooting
did
off the
say
dribble
that.
here.
He did say that. He got to see my soccer skills though on Sunday, which he was impressed.
I also learned Ben, who bats right-handed, throws right-handed, writes right-handed, kicks left-footed.
What?
Yep.
Interesting. You learn something new about somebody every day, huh?
Yeah. See, I don't judge.
You think you
any
know a
of
guy
my-
till he kicks
I don't-
left-footed.
Yeah, I don't judge any of my limbs or how to use them. I do whatever limb I need to
Natural.
get the job done. Yeah.
Respect. Fort,
That's
you
what
got
he
any
said.
random stuff you want to talk about?
Hey,
I got
he
two
did beat
things.
me in horse. I just want it to be known. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to deflect anything there. He beat me. He beat me.
Yeah, I only got two things. I had one, but then Ben was talking about the little things and whatnot. I recently just bought 2 desks for my room, and I mean, just having the extra leg room, because before I was doing everything on top of a fucking dresser. Man, I'll
No.
tell you.
Oh, is that where
Yeah.
you were recording? By the way, I never knew.
Yeah,
You
I had my.
what? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was bad. Like not having anywhere to like stretch my legs or something to sit on. Like it was, man.
He's
I
like,
tell you, that's how I
Damn.
felt. I felt like I was in a
Man.
fetal position. It was
That's
tough.
funny.
Yeah, so I found a good deal on Amazon, and I mean, I took advantage of it. I thought I was gonna have to have someone help me put these things together, but I got home yesterday and I laid in bed and I was like, yo, I got to do something productive if I'm off. I can't just lay here and watch Dragon Ball
For
Super
real?
all day.
Which doesn't sound really that bad.
No, I mean, I did it right after I finished putting the desk.
For
So
sure.
I hope they don't like fall apart one day when we're recording the pod and everything.
Yeah.
goes to shit.
Oh, that would be great.
And then
Good.
the second thing I have is kind of like before we record or whatnot. I'll ask people if they have any things that they want us to talk about or things that they want us to say. And my brother is someone that I always ask, and the one thing that he kind of touched on and he was kind of adamant about and used a lot of caps, he was pretty much saying that anyone, I'm just going to kind of read it verbatim, anyone who hasn't had a significant portion of their money put away in any type of investment, it doesn't matter if it's in the stock market, it doesn't matter if it's in crypto, it doesn't matter if it's in whatever you're into right now, cards, trading cards, whether it be sports, Pokemon, all that kind of stuff is blowing up, or like your own business or whatnot, just putting money away over the past like year and a half is probably going to find themselves pretty significantly more poor in comparison than they were in the prior years. So all I got to say to that is, just whatever your niche is, just put money into it. We got a good group of guys here that have some kind of knowledge about things and have been doing things for a while. And I mean, our DMs are always open, whether it be on the pod page, whether it be on our personal page.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
DMs
Google's
are not
out there.
open on my personal page.
YouTube's out there.
Stop.
Just do your own
Stop
research.
saving money in savings accounts.
Yeah, don't use banks.
Yeah.
Stop saving money in savings accounts.
Yeah, it doesn't do
You're
anything.
losing money that way.
Yep. I had a
I just
conversation
started
the other
investing
day.
last year, and I should have started a long time ago because I was
Right.
losing
Yeah.
money by not investing money.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's the game of investing. I mean, I think everybody thinks that and feels it is like, I wish I would have started this earlier. But the important thing is that you
Of
started
course.
and
It's
that you
never
stick
too
late.
to it. And then if you stick to the process and the path forward, one day you'll be a very rich person.
Yeah.
That was
Even
my
if
only
you-
income, ironically.
Yeah. Even if you gotta make an account and like put a significant amount of money in it and delete it so you don't like sell it too soon or whatnot, like do that
I do that
too,
sometimes.
Yeah, because that'll help. I know people nowadays don't like, everybody wants things like right away, but I mean,
Yeah.
things don't happen overnight. You gotta play a long-term game.
Yeah,
That's where I
smart.
found out most of my stuff.
Yep.
Hey, just real quick, I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw that Jennifer Lopez needs 2 more rings to tie Tom Brady.
Oh,
Ooh. Bang. That girl beat
Oh man. Yeah.
Do you think she should go
Hey.
ring chasing after this?
Right, and go to a team, go to a guy that she knows that he'll.
She might sign with the Nets.
She can sign with me.
Yeah, give me the bag.
I'll give her a veteran's minimum.
Yeah.
Watch, we're gonna see next week. Jacksonville Jaguars sign Jennifer Lopez as a strong safety.
That woman does not age.
No, not at all.
She doesn't.
No.
I Googled her the other day randomly. I won't go into details, but I Googled her.
Yeah, you did.
A lot of Googling. Why?
A lot of Googling.
lot of Googling.
If you're a celebrity and a female, I probably
half hour. And she was on TV beforehand, and she left.
Half hour. That's
Jennifer Lopez tits.
Half hour is a really long time. I can get a lot done in an hour.
He said,
you know what the best part was? He probably did search that, and then he definitely held up his phone and he was like, "Bree, look at this."
Jennifer
Lopez. That's him.
Jennifer Lopez ass in 1999.
Yeah.
Ben, I've probably been to Rays for at least 4 or 5 pay-per-views when I was living in Florida. There was not one pay-per-view where Ray did not mention the word boobies.
Oh my God, bro. The last when I had everybody over for night 1 of WrestleMania, in order to get everybody hyped, because obviously most of them, if not all of them, don't watch wrestling, just to get them hyped during the women's match, I was just yelling obscene things. But then halfway through, I realized like all of them wanted to really watch it and they liked it. Like whether it was for the wrestling or for the girls, I was just trying to get them riled up. And it was just like, yo, is there another girls match on or a women's match on? I was like, damn, you guys are really into this. So I don't know if it was for the boobies or for the actual quality. I'll just no. He's being rated G. No, he's being rated G. Well, yeah, I'm sure I have boobies coming out of my mouth, but
yeah. Wait, whoa, boobies coming out. All right.
Damn, this wine that I've been drinking the last 3 hours hitting all of a sudden. All right,
is your family just sitting on the other side of the curtain, just watching you do this?
Talking about boobies.
Hey, I wish the end he opened the curtain. There's just like a whole family standing there.
Just peeking in. That's funny. Now they're smoked. We were at the beach all day, bro. We came back at the pool. Where they're cooked.
Shout out the I'm Smoked podcast.
Oh, Krivy, you'll like this. Itis, top fan of the pod. Lewis, right? Lewis Hamilton's 100th pole.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that.
And he won. That was a great race Sunday. They were in Spain, Barcelona. Lewis Hamilton qualified first. Max Verstappen was second. I think Bottas was third. Leclerc, who races for my favorite team, Ferrari, was fourth. Great race. There was a safety car early, so a lot of teams pitted, threw off the balance of the race. But as always, Mercedes, they're strategic. I don't even know what to say. Like, I can't even think of the word right now because it's just like amazing. They don't fail at that part. And Lewis actually ended up winning. Verstappen was leading a good majority of the race, but he was trying to make medium tires go about 46 laps when the record was like 37 at that track. So late in the race, Hamilton caught up, passed him pretty easily, and took first. Verstappen was second. Bottas, who also is Lewis Hamilton's teammate, finished third. So good race. They'll be in Monaco May 23rd.
Monaco.
Shout out to my boys. Un momento, por favor. My boys coming of age. We shouted them out on the IG page. They're dropping a new collection, actually race weekend, it is actually called the Monaco collection.
I seen that.
So
yep. Shout out.
So they'll be dropping that race weekend in Monaco. But Monaco's a great track. I suggest Ray, you should probably tune into that. It's cool. It's a street race.
That's literally that's what I was gonna say. Can you text me? Obviously, you just said the date, but just in case, when you're starting to watch it or whatever, just shoot me a text because I'll forget it. And even if I write it down,
Sunday mornings, I'm probably around 9-10 in the morning.
That's perfect. That's literally perfect for me, especially around that time, just when I'm waking up, kind of. Shoot me a text when I'm interested, just to get a vibe because some of my friends watch that. So
my boy got a new whip.
Ooh,
who's that?
Boy got a new whip. What you mean?
What you mean?
Keeping it under wraps.
Got that ratchet.
While I was at BMW, my salesman, he is actually a big F1 fan. So I actually got the car Friday night. Well, I didn't sign the papers Friday night, but they gave me the car for the night. I went back Saturday morning, and we were like, he was watching qualifying, and I was like, bro, just watch this. Like, we started bonding over that.
Boy,
But
had an exclusive deal.
had to get the Beamer back. It was a long 3.5-4 months without it. But yeah, got a new one, newer, cleaner,
Whips.
less miles,
Nice
better
and clean.
payments. Shout out
Ooh.
Beamer.
Shout out Bieber. They do
Alright,
make
so-
good cars, man.
Yeah, they do.
That basically wraps it up. Any other shout outs you guys have before we wrap up episode 15?
Nothing from Feinberg this week.
Nothing from Feinberg. He, last
Excellent.
the other day he DM'd us he DM'd us Thursday to give us a topic about Wednesday's episode. So it was he said to bring up he said May being Mental Health Awareness Month. I was late on the topic part. So shout out mental health.
Yeah, that's important.
Shout
man.
out.
So appreciate you, remaining loyal. And obviously we're coming to age, like we shout out small business. We're going to do that every single Saturday. Send us a DM if you want your kind of do a repost for repost. You don't have to repost us, but love for love.
No, you kind
And
of
also, yeah, try to be modest, but we do it just to give some love. But hey, if you want to give love back, we appreciate it.
I will unfollow you and then talk shit about you publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we go on Yelp and write a bad review.
Yeah.
Bad food, bad service.
Hey, shout out Zoe. Zoe's birthday is the 16th.
Zoe Alonso.
Shout out.
I think this is Zoe's first official shout out. So
No,
shout out a whole
don't
lot
think
of
he listens.
what he
So.
said.
I am
It's
Groot.
okay. Hey, I'm gonna text him in the group chat tomorrow that hey, we shout you out, bro. Go
Yeah,
listen.
but you have to listen to the episode.
We
The
should just
whole
tell
thing.
people. We should just tell people we shouted them out just so they can listen. And then they're like, "Wait,
Yeah.
I thought you shouted me out."
I be
Hey,
doing
shout
that
out
to people all
everyone.
the time. Shout out you listening now. We meant to, you know who you are. All right, so
Shout out
that's
my brother for surviving this.
yeah. So let's let Ben go pee. Episode 15. If you guys, by the way, have you guys been giving out stickers? Because everybody should have
I'm
got
out.
the
Yeah,
3,000.
I got no more
Already?
stickers.
I'm out.
Stickers
I'm
gone.
actually
bro.
hoarding
Oh.
mine because I like them so
I-
much.
It's the
started-
series one. It's the series one edition. So
Series one. I
everybody
started
should
slapping
know
them on bathrooms already. So I'm gonna if you guys get a sticker from the utility pod, it's obviously a rare commodity. Slap it on something random, take a picture of it, and send it to us so we could post it and show love.
Yeah, we share it.
That's basically it. Let us let Ben go and pee and have a wonderful night.
He's about to slap a sticker on his toilet.
Peace.
Boom.
All right, peace.
Peace.